Okay, let's go and jump into some rank games. I have a random character and see what we're gonna get today. So it looks like we're playing the big old Berserker once again. We start off with a duffel bag and a little dagger. Now we do got a couple of options today. We can try to go for hammer, daggers, shaman mask. Or we could try to go for falcon blade with the tiger runes. These are the things I kind of want to try out today, but I'm going to start off by grabbing a spear with the whetstone. And is there anything else I really want? I'm going to grab the shiny shell for now. Let's take the extra stone. Let's roll once. We do get a wooden sword, and I want to take it this round, but I also kind of want to keep our dagger, which means I'm going to sell a stone and a little lump of coal to craft up this hero sword. I'm also going to want to reserve the healing herbs, but I am going to venture on with this. We should have a pretty good round one. A tiny bit of survivability with our shiny shell, and it doesn't matter because we're facing an adventurer who is doing a big old gamble. So not too bad, not complaining. We got a free win. Amazing. We're going to hero sword. Let's take a big old banana. Let's take some healing herbs. And I would love to take this piggy bank, which I'm going to. But I'm going to roll once, and amazing. I was hoping that we get a bit of storage, and we actually managed to get ourselves storage that we can afford. I'm thinking about taking our little star of courage, keeping one slot open for our spear to shred some armor, so we can have our piggy bank in. Now, we'd almost prefer having it this way for a little bit of more max life, but I'm going to venture on with this. I'm hoping that we do face an opponent who has a small bit of armor. They do have the garlic, which is going to be that small bit of armor. We could be in trouble with this Amethyst Darkness. Now, they don't have a whole lot of DPS, but this Amethyst Darkness gives them a 30% chance on activation to deal 7 damage, which is quite a bit of damage. We have entered the battle rage, and awesome, we did manage to win out. Now again, we're stuck between two choices. Tiger runes with blood manipulation. We can get a bunch of Prism. Knife to meet you with hammer daggers. Pretty good too. But I think for today, I'm going to take knife to meet you. We're going to take knife to meet you since we already have a dagger. I'm going to grab this bit of storage. I'm going to grab our box of riches. It's not quite time to roll for a bunch of gloves, so I'm going to take this small lump of coal so we can try to do a little bit of extra damage with our spear. I'm also going to move our piggy bank over into this position for now as well. So, I'm assuming within about 8 seconds, we're going to get our knife to meet you 8.5 seconds. And our weapons are going to do some big damage. But it does take us quite some time to actually survive out till we get our damage. But once we enter battle rage, we should be able to speed it up as well. And it's down to 7 seconds, which is not too bad. We should have triggered it by now, but our opponent is unfortunately out-surviving us. They inflicted so much blind with that little skull badge that we just couldn't keep up. I'm going to take our little forging hammer. I don't want any of these items, so I'm going to roll. We do get a second dagger, which I do want to grab. But I also really want to grab this too. And I am going to place it in up top. Now put it in a fanny pack so we get that initial speed as well, which should be amazing. And at this point I'm going to sell this to actually grab our little topaz. Now I'm actually not going to have a space on for a spear, but this is going to help with our stamina quite a bit. But we should be able to get this down to about 6.5 seconds. But the problem is we're facing triple shields, and triple shields is going to eat up all our stamina. They're going to stack up a lot of spikes, which means, yeah, we're going to take a lot of chip damage. This is literally the worst opponent we could have faced, unfortunately. Because we have lots of little weapons to do lots of little chip damage, activating all those shields. It's super unfortunate. I'm going to roll. Do we want the dragon egg? Not exactly. I do want to set a blueberries. I want to roll again. We get our first pair of gloves, which I do want to take as well. And I'm going to sell a lump of coal so we can grab this bit of storage for now as well. The bird on sale for 3 is pretty nice. We could take it, but I don't really want that. Yeah, I'm not going to take the bird for now, because all I want to do is find ourselves a falcon blade. Now, we did put our gloves on our knife to meet you to trigger it even faster. 5.5 seconds right now. So within 5.5 seconds, we should be in a good spot. I also did target our blueberries. It's going to stack up our mana, but eventually it's going to stack up our luck, but it's going to take forever. We do need more support for that. But we should be able to win out, potentially. Our opponent is crafting up a big old burning blade, but they don't have that burning blade just yet. And, hell yeah. Definitely not too bad. Now, I do want to roll very deep here. I want to roll to try and find some gloves. We do get a mana orb, which I would like to take as well. We could craft up a bunch of spectral daggers. I think I'd rather bloody amethyst. But I'm still going to take the mana orb. I'm going to roll. I'm going to keep rolling for now. We do get another dagger, which we're going to have to take. And let's roll once more. I'm going to... So now it's looking like we probably want to go for a hammer. Since we got a hammer, we didn't get our second pair of gloves. It does make a lot of sense. So we sell our spear. We sell our hero sword. We sell this little amethyst to grab it. So with that, we're definitely going for a bunch of Spectral Daggers. So I'm going to venture on with this. So our hammer should be moving a little bit faster. We're going to be cracking up in our piggy bank. Leave to meet you is going to trigger every after 4.8 seconds, not every. They could have massive, massive damage. And, hell yeah, not too bad. So we got our monies. I'm going to sell it so we can grab ourselves a pair of leather boots. I kind of want to grab another fanny bag, speeding up our hammer just a small bit more, and let's roll again. Do we want the flawed emeralds? It is on sale for 1. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to roll again. And I kind of want to grab the Amethyst because it could be an Amethyst of Energy. It could be Amethyst of Life, it could be Amethyst of Steel. Lots of Amethysts I could use here. Amethyst of Energy is actually pretty sweet because it is going to refund the mana we do use with our Spectral Daggers. But I'm going to take another little red ruby, place it in for now, and we actually want a fanfare. Fanfare could be nice, it does give us a little bit of power. We want to go fast though, but I think I'm still going to take it. That's why I do have our gloves on our knife to meet you, so we can get that even faster. Down 4.8 seconds, our opponent also has it. But lucky for us, they're not actually targeting any daggers. The only thing is, they're going to have crits. They do also have the cap to resist some crits and some stuns, which could be problematic. And the shield is eating up our stamina as well. But can we win out? Hell yeah, we can. Definitely, definitely so. We got our Spectral Daggers. We do need to switch this one over. And I do want to go for Shaman Mask. Shaman Mask gives us our instant accuracy as well, by the way. So the more gemstones we do have, the luck we're going to start off with means we're going to be able to hit. We are eventually going to use up our luck, but should be okay, and we're going to be looking for elephant runes mostly. And we also got brass knuckles, which does also stun our opponent, so it is a nice option as well. But I'm still taking Shaman Mask. Now I'm going to take another stamina sack. We got ourselves a badger rune, which I do want to place in some armor. And at this point, I want to sell our shiny shell with this little amethyst. We could keep it for healing reduction. And I'm going to sell the little green gemstone so we can take our fanfare. But yeah, I'm going to venture on with this for now. So we should be able to start off with quite a bit of luck, giving us pretty much 100% accuracy. But it is going to give us random buffs, which is going to be nice. We also attack through armor. The Mercury Elemental got a small bit of a buff, giving him a little bit more block per damage, but doesn't matter. And we got ourselves a Spectral Dagger. Now the thing is, we could be taking leather armors. Go for that moon shield so we get that instant mana. But I'm going to start off by just grabbing this bit of storage. I'm going to roll for now. Immediately regret my decision because we're going to be taking this. And yeah, we're going to be crafting it up. Now I don't necessarily actually want to keep our forging hammer. We could use it to craft up some items, but I'm going to sell it. And I do want to sell this, and I really do want to craft up a pair of stone shoes. But yeah, I'm going to venture on. I do want stone shoes because the stone shoes is going to be really, really nice to prevent damage from pets as well. We're going to begin a double axe, which is going to have a lot of skilling damage. They don't have a whole lot of crafted items. And we're doing some big, big damage right now. Hell yeah. But we got our stone shoes. Now we did get False Life, which is always such a fantastic skill. But we also got ThornBurst, which is going to help us stun our opponents. So I'm going to take it. It is very, very slow, but I think it is going to be worth it still. We got another dagger. And we're going to craft up another Spectral Dagger. But I also really want to grab ourselves another fanny pack because I do want to speed up our ThornBurst just a little bit. Along with our Shaman Mask. I don't really want extra gloves, so I'm going to roll again. I do want to grab a cap, and I want some healing reduction as well. We're going to sell our little bit of regen so we can grab ourselves another set of blueberries, because that is another way we can scale up our luck if we stack up a bunch of mana, but it's going to be a bit of a tough time stacking up our mana since we're going to be using so much with our daggers. But it's going to be triggering every 4 seconds right now. So after 4 seconds, we're going to get a big damage. ThornBurst does trigger in 5 seconds. So we should be able to stun our opponents, and then one big smash. So looking really, really awesome. But let's grab this for now. Amulets of Steel is amazing. We really do want armors right now. I do want to craft up our cap Discomforts. I'm going to roll again. And I really do want this regular Amethyst. It is 4 gold, but it is going to be a lot of healing reduction, which I do want as well. Because if we can attack through armor, and we stop our opponent from healing, then we're going to have no defenses. That's for sure. But they're actually doing some big damage to us, but we managed to bring it back, hell yeah. With our stone shoes, we reduce a lot of that range damage, which is smashing. And we could craft up wing boots, which I'm not that interested in. We could grab ourselves a prismatic orb, which would give us a bunch of instant mana. which I'm kind of down for. It's a lot of gold investments, but I think it is going to be worth it. Which means I'm just going to grab a set of blueberries for now. And yeah, I'm going to venture on. We definitely need to make more use of this Amethyst Steel, because right now, it's only on a pair of boots that does trigger once we're below 70% HP. The opponent does have Dark Lantern, which is going to give him a bunch of invulnerability, stopping us from actually smashing him down, but can we still pull ahead? It's looking a bit dicey, but hell yeah. And we managed to win out. And we only have about a 45 DPS right now, but we only have seen one rune. Now we have Diluted Pool with our Box of Riches, so maybe do want to get rid of it right now. But a 44 DPS, even though they did have invulnerability, is pretty darn smashing. Now as for heals, 15 healing per second is really not great. 20 max life gains, and as for block, 75 block. So we either need to burst down our opponent faster, or we need to get super defensive. Well, at this point, I really do want to keep our Box of Riches, but I do want to grab our armor. I want to grab our armor so we can craft up a vampiric armor. I kind of want to grab the shields. Go for that moon shields. But we don't actually really need it if we're going to grab a prismatic orb. Fanfare is nice. Do we want to keep it? I mean, we could just remove our gloves, put it in fanfare in this position. It really doesn't help us out too much. Helps out in longer fights, but if we're trying to go fast, then it doesn't really help us out too much. So I'm mad to sell it. I think I am going to sell it. Now, really does want to sit in this position, but our mana orb is most ideal spot in here, because if we stun once, then our mana orb goes crazy. I'm going to sell our gloves to continue to roll. I really do want to grab another one of these unidentified amulets. But let's venture on once again. So we should be able to start off with quite a bit of mana, so we can instantly smash with our Spectral Daggers. So it should be awesome. Use up our mana, then our mana generates more mana, and we stop our opponent from healing from quite a bit with our helmet and our little amethyst. So it's not too bad. Definitely not too bad. We got a vampiric armor, which is going to be scaling block first, which means a lot more in power. And we got a second one. Hell yeah. Okay, we want to roll, and I definitely want to grab more amethysts. Now, if we're trying to go fast, we definitely don't want the helmets. But having healing reduction is crazy, crazy good. I'm not going to take it though, because I just want to find stone skin pots, which I'm going to have to take, but we can't take it right now, unless we sell a bunch of things. But each one of these is going to be helping us get our power stacked up. But let's reserve it, and let's move on with this for now. So we should be able to start off with 10 mana, a small bit of vampirism, 6 in power, which is kind of crazy. And once we drop below 7% HP, we're going to get even more in power, potentially up to 3 in power. But our opponent is slowing us down by quite a bit with these Snow Masters and Snow Sticks. And one thing we don't actually deal with is stack and max life, which unfortunately is potentially going to outpace us, because they're stealing our buffs, and unfortunately that does end up smashing us out. But any other opponent, we deal with them really, really nicely. And we straight up could go for second Stone Shoes, but I think I just want to grab our Stone Skip off. You finally do get another rune, which is the Hog Rune. But it's not that great for us either. I'm still going to take it though, and I'm going to keep rolling. And I'm going to roll a little bit deeper. We don't necessarily want the blue sapphires. Maybe I'm going to sell our Box of Riches to roll right now, because all I want to do is find more gemstones. We did, however, get another Stone Skip out, which is going to be a lot more block. It's going to be a lot more in power, which we can't take just yet. So we do need to move on with this for now. But we should be able to start off with 8 in power, 190 block. We should be able to deal our damage, stop our opponent from healing for quite a bit, and potentially win out. We've got 65% healing reduction with 15 healing. Hell yes, not going to be close whatsoever. Now, I haven't seen so much pairs of boots in my life, which is kind of funny. Let's grab our Stone Skip bot. Let's just grab our Summon Sack. Do we want to grab these Artifact Stone Cold? Definitely not. That's our Moon Shield if we want it back again. I don't necessarily really want it, and I don't really want to craft these up because that's going to be 36% healing reduction with another 25% with another 30%. So it should be a lot of healing reduction. I'm tempted to grab another Stamina Sack, but I'm going to roll for now. That's another Stone Skip on, which I definitely want. Now, we could have crafted up another Vampiric Armor, which would have been awesome as well. Maybe we just take it anyway, because it is going to be 2 in power, which is a lot of storage. I think I just want to grab our Stone Skip on and just move on. Yeah, I'm just going to move on with this. Unfortunately, we haven't found any other runes. One elephant rune and we have a multi-stun in action. And we're going to begin multiple shields, which is going to eat up a lot of stamina. They also have the stone helmet to resist a lot of our stuns. But our ThornBurst does give us that big stun and not too bad. Let's grab our stun skipper. I'm going to roll. And I'm going to roll quite deep, looking for one elephant rune. Let's keep going. I'm going to take this since you're on sale. I might let you offer up yourself. Another mana orb, which I don't necessarily want. And we got a tiger rune with another stone skipper, which I'm going to sell this to take the tiger rune. Now we can duplicate our buffs. We can duplicate our buffs, or we can try to get a little bit of vampirism as well. So I'm not sure which is going to be better. I think for now though, I'm just going to place it inside a little Spectral Dagger and have that hidden, trying to give us a small bit of vampirism. It is a 50% chance. We start off with 17 in power because we have so much block. Our hammer dealing about 20 DPS and each dagger dealing about 15 DPS. And amazing. I mean, this was supposed to be hammer, dagger, elephant runes, tiger runes, and it actually just turned out to be Amethyst of Steel. So I'm going to sell this, let's grab this, let's roll again. And I'm going to keep rolling. Can we find one hawk rune? Armour on sale I'm going to take for now as I roll. And smashing. That's literally smashing because that does give us a 25% chance to stun. And if we had multiple of these, we can actually just multi-stun at one time, activating our daggers an absurd amount. I'm going to keep rolling. And we got a second one. Holy moly. We hit the jackpot. And I'm going to want to spread it from our hammer to a dagger, so when we hit with our hammer, we have that chance to stun, and then our Spectral Dagger has a chance to stun. Maybe we even want it on a second dagger, but the hammer does hit a little bit more often, so. But yeah, this is going to be a fun setup. From double Amethyst of Steel to hammer dagger action, to finally getting 2 elephant runes in the final rounds. From a knife to meet you situation. Now we're going to see, can we get one big multi-hit stun to smash down opponents? Let's go ahead and see. Is it going to be good enough? Can we win out? Are we going to fall short? We are going to begin King Goobert's, which does get invulnerability. We also have Hardwood for a little bit of start and block. But that doesn't matter too much. Now can we get a big old stun? We do nullify a lot of their buffs. We managed to do half their HP. We do have 21 in power. And they do get that invulnerability, which we did get our stun, but during that invulnerability, they did manage to survive. And yeah, the fight's over. The Shaman mask, always a ton of fun, especially hammer daggers with those elephant runes. But you have to find those elephant runes. But the clear winner, Amethyst of Steel. These amulets are crazy, crazy strong, especially with the amount of stone skip pots we managed to get with our vampiric armor also. And if you got a ton of healing reduction and you attack through armor, then what defenses your opponent have left? Invulnerability and max life stacking. Which we did face some invulnerability and some max life stackers. We actually ended up with about 132 DPS, which is pretty decent. It's actually really, really good. As for heals, not a whole lot of heals. But our opponent did have invulnerability, they also had healing reduction on as well, 75%. And as for block, we managed to get 470 block, which is pretty decent as well. But we did survive 4 lives left, let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 13, ranking us up quite a bit actually. But I am going to leave you here for now, just want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one, I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in history and we're going to see, can we deal with some other round 18 fights? This hammer dagger action should be able to smash down a lot of opponents. I mean, we already done half their HP. So can we still win out? Definitely so. Now, are we going to be able to deal with the big old and practically large Bloodthorn Berserker? Lucky enough for us, we took 300 of their life in one hit, and the fight's already over. And finally, can we face a 80% chance to stun hammer? So we'll see who's going to be able to win this one out. Hammer versus hammer action. Oh, we definitely can.